It is a busy week in Marvel Snap as you have both Silver Sable and Symbiote Spider-Man coming out at the same time. Symbiote Spider-Man obviously being the season pass card, and then we have Silver Sable, the card in the Spotlight caches, alongside both Mockingbird and Agent 13. We're recording this live on Twitch TV during Twitch drops here, and we've been playing for I think it's like 10 hours or so. We've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap today, and a lot of testing has gone towards Silver Sable and Symbiote Spider-Man. And so this video is about Silver Sable, and my general thoughts on it is, okay, this was the card that on the Snapchat I had given a 5-star rating to. I think the week's fantastic. I really didn't see how this card could underperform, and generally speaking, I think that generally, I feel that that is the case. It doesn't, okay, it has the effect of Iceman, I think, where Iceman is better than you anticipate because you don't see the effect happening. So Silver Sable, you see the gunshots go off, their card gets debuffed, but you don't know what they hit, and it's likely that if you disrupted an Iron Man, that they just don't play it, for instance, so you don't really feel it the same way. Just like the difference between playing Iceman and Spider-Ham are so incredibly different. Iceman can have an incredible impact on the game hitting their Sarah or whatever, but because that card never sees the field of play, you don't get that positive recognition. You don't get that reinforcement. And I wonder if that's what's happening with Silver Sable. Because in my original impressions, I feel lower on Silver Sable than I do on Symbiote Spider-Man. I suspect the Symbiote Spider-Man is going to have a much more kind of broken synergy somewhere down the line, where it's going to make a really good, high-performing deck. With Silver Sable, generally speaking, it seems like it's going to be a little bit more of a one-trick pony. It's definitely going to overperform in Bounce, 100%. I'm doing some testing and stuff like that with some of the toxic-based decks, because they don't feel nearly as consistent. If a really good Bounce deck emerges, then Silver Sable, I think, is going to be a huge part of that. And do note that we're going to be getting a new Bounce card in the form of Toxin coming in a future season, which obviously is going to amplify this archetype significantly, despite the fact that the Beast got moved to a 3/5 from a 2-costed card. So honestly, I do think that Silver Sable is very good. Does it hit the 5-star echelon? It's really hard to tell on this first day. My gut says probably not. It feels closer to a really good 4-star bounce card, if not maybe a 5-star bounce card, but its limited application does kind of drop its rating slightly, but I do feel like it is a good card. And if you don't have Mockingbird, then it's definitely worth rolling for, but it does feel like a bit of a one-trick pony. It can go in zoo and stuff, and I'll show you a couple decks, but realistically, I do think that Silver Sable is going to prove to be a good card. Most certainly, without question. But how does it compare towards Symbiote Spider-Man? I suspect Symbiote Spider-Man might end up with a bit of an edge in my original impressions. But hey, there's still a lot to see and a lot to discuss. It's still only day one. We've played a lot of this game over the last 2 days. We're going to switch our view here. We're going to start talking about a couple decks. Now, this one here is an absolute cook, but we ran a very high win rate in the low 70s and a pretty decent sample size too, and of course there's some bot stuff in there too while we were ranking up. But Sable Surfer, now this was a straight up cook, and if you want to try something really unique, this is a cool starting point. And basically the idea was, okay, what if you have Silver Sable and you're playing a surfer deck? Because if you think about it, Debris 3-costed, which could help impact a Nihilist-based plays with Symbiote Spider-Man. Luke Cage is 3-costed. Red Guardian's 3-costed. Beast is 3-costed. Suddenly there's all these 3-cost cards, Cassandra Nova, that work with this bouncing, disruption, debuff, toxic archetype. So I figured, why not give it a shot? And the deck actually played pretty good. It was pretty smooth. Beast could be awkward as a top deck. That was kind of one of the only things, but Silver Sable, Hazmat, Scorpion, these are pretty cool cards, and we even tried cutting Scorpion for Grandmaster. It felt okay, but felt worse if you didn't draw into Silver Sable. The early game was somewhat awkward at times if you didn't have Silver Sable, but the rest of the game felt pretty good, and Debris was actually pretty solid as well. You might be thinking, Alex, you're running Ajax with Luke Cage. I mean, if you want to cut Luke Cage, you can, but Ajax was generally big enough. And the general play pattern here was on turn, at some point play Magic, turn 6, play a 3-drop in Silver Surfer, turn 7, Ajax, and Hazmat. That was kind of the idea there, and that gave us the best kind of bang for our buck. But yeah, this deck honestly performed way better than expected, so I don't know if we're onto something or not. And then we played some Sage Bounce. Tried to put Sage into a direct bounce deck, and honestly, I couldn't quite get going. We were running in the low 50% win rate, high 40s at some point. Our matchups just weren't really getting results with this particular deck, and we played a lot of games, a ton of games with this deck, and it just didn't quite catch itself moving. Now, of course, it might be the list and we can make some improvements. It's still only day one. Like, I considered cutting Kate Bishop, for instance. I considered going more to a Toxic Junk style bounce deck with like Viper and stuff. We didn't quite make it to that. But like with a straight up standard stock bounce deck, Silver Sable was good. Just the deck didn't feel like it was performing that well. And again, maybe we just have a limited sample size, but Silver Sable felt like it was helping carry the deck, just like, you know, Sage would, for instance. But the deck just kind of felt like it was stumbling a little bit. And then so we kept testing. We said, okay, what about Silver Zoo? Is Sable good in Zoo? It's just fine. Like, it does exactly what you think it's going to do in Zoo. It's essentially a 1/5 without the downside of, you know, Martyr trying to, you know, take you out and stuff like that, or Titania skipping to the other side. It's pretty good, and of course the disruption element's important too, but you don't lean into the toxic side with this. And if you want to lead into the toxic side, this was a deck that kind of came up. It must be from somewhere else. I'm not sure. But basically, it was a Silver Sable kind of high Evo shell, and it was pretty good. And I like the idea of having the Abomination as the top end play, because you can kind of sneak it out with an Ajax, given if it gets to 0 or whatever. But yeah, like the decks performed pretty damn good. But ironically, in my testing over the last several hours, it was the bounce deck that performed the weakest. But again, we do have, you know, it's only been one day, and perhaps it's very much just kind of like just the way the games went, you know what I mean? And if you have a very large sample size over thousands of games, perhaps that completely changes. So we got some gameplay highlights for you to check out. I think that they're really cool, and I'm sure you'll really like them. There's a lot of hype moments in there, and it definitely showcases Silver Sable for the most part. I put a couple meme ones in there too, but what I will say is that I think the Spotlight Week is worth getting. I think that it's like, as always, you should always wait. If you're going to be using tokens, or if you have limited resources, always wait until the end of the week to determine whether or not you want to roll for a card. It's very beneficial that, like, you know, myself and others, we often do like deck recaps on the weekends and stuff like that, which should give you an indication as to what's happening and whether this card's worth your hard-earned money. But generally speaking, she came out pretty good. I think Silver Sable is definitely on the strong side. She's definitely not a weak card. And once there's a bounce deck that like really takes off, I would doubt it if Silver Sable is not just a piece of it. Just like it's very unlikely that you're going to see Zoo decks without Marvel Boy. You're definitely not seeing Zoo decks without Gilgamesh anymore. This is going to be a staple of Bounce. It just feels like it's going to be that way. And so, you know, if you're a Bounce gamer and you like playing Bounce, then absolutely, it's definitely going to be worth considering for your keys and your tokens. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy these gameplay highlights. All right, this is probably the Wiccan deck. I can't believe Maria Hill's seeing play, unironically, in an actual legitimate deck. It's kind of crazy, honestly. I think we debris. I don't think we need to Red Guardian. I think we debris here. Maybe pick up debris with Beast. Okay, Athena. We're a little off curve here. That screws us up. Snap. I'm gonna snap an Athena pump here. Yeah, hitting Athena I think is a good hit. It's definitely a win. So much Kate Bishop. All right. A little off curve here, but it's okay. Yeah, figured Wiccan was coming. We still beast that. This is exactly what the deck is designed to do. They have the extra energy, but they're going to run out of space. And we're going to be doing additional damage to them. Now, we're going to run out of space too. But it's going to hurt them a little more. Oh my gosh, they actually played 2 there. Sag. Okay, they play Copycat. Wow, that's Carnage. Where the hell does Carnage come from? Created from Maria Hill, no less. Okay. I see how we're gaming. I think we lost a bit of our advantage.
We are the future.
Okay. Gladiator. I'm curious about how this plays out.
Opponent snapped.
Going 8 cubes is a bit risky, I guess. That's what I figured was going to happen. Nice. All right, that's 8 cubes.
Victory.
We could definitely consider cutting Scorpion. Like, I'm not against it. But I think we need another good in slot 2 card. Like, even a White Widow, but White Widow loses the debuff pretty fast, right? Most people kind of zoo into it. Although you are going to hit it with Hazmat regardless. You could say White Widow for Scorpion. We're trying to lean into the toxic side. Right, so... Silver Sable, we do have Beast. I'm going to go Cassandra Nova here. And I'm going to do it into Eternity Range. They're canning me a Mr. Negative. I see what you did there. Well, I just messed up your whole deck, so cool. Grey Web sucks so bad. Silver Sable Beast. Unfortunately, it's going to top out our hand. We're not going to draw anything else. But I kind of want to disrupt their deck here. I think this sucks for them.
Oh, snap.
All right. Do I let them draw cards? The cards they're drawing are messed up for the most part. I don't want to give them my buff cards. I think Negative is getting dismantled here. Like, their deck is getting destroyed.
I am Iron Man.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Grey Web? Does that throw the game? No. But still, come on. Grey Web has no chill whatsoever. I do not appreciate that. That's a waste of energy. We'll do this here. They're not going to play left. Yeah, that's what I figured they're going to do. They're going to do something. You know. 3 keys for Silver Sable. I did get US Agent, which is not a bad consolation prize. Yeah. US Agent is in this deck, actually. He's fair enough. He's not, like, great. Like, he's not, like... You're not going to be super excited about him, you know what I mean? You're not getting hyped up and going nuts for US Agent gameplay, but... Yeah, he exists, and he does stuff. And he's good. I mean, he does pair great with Goose and Storm, who's not in this particular deck. We're actually going all in on the toxic side here, but I don't know. Deck's been fine. I mean, right now we're running an 80% win rate with it, but we've only played 12 games or whatever. This person's really taking their time to figure this play out. Oh, they're gonna hard commit there. This bounce. I see. Aggressive committal. I'm gonna go Ajax mid. I'm gonna put Ajax mid. I'm just gonna follow my instinct here. Alright, they went all the way there. They're gonna take out my Silver Sable.
Opponent snapped.
This A-bomb's gonna be a 1 cost. Oh, I could have held the, I just needed a bomb to be cheaper, unfortunately. $15 power here. I'll send it. Doesn't look like enough power yet. Dub? Wow.
Victory.
That was not a clear victory, but we got it. Man, I hate Tarnax so much. I absolutely hate Tarnax. Like, I don't know why people, like, have told me multiple times they're huge Tarnax fans. It just does not make sense to me how someone would be like, oh, yeah. This is sick. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Man, I don't want to play US Agent right now. I guess I have to. Tarnax would be fun with Legion, I agree. That's a statement I can get behind. I think I'm gonna Red Guardian first. Red Guardian's such a good tech piece, though. That's not cool. Do they play into US Agent, you figure? They must, right? They must play into US Agent. Alright. They gotta beast that, right? I think we're okay to Man-Thing now. I think we have to pew-pew. We hold Silver Sable for a sec. I mean, we could disrupt their top deck, I guess. But I kind of want the pew-pew on Cyclops. No. Could throw this here. Yeah, I think we throw the Silver Sable, because she'll at least do a little bit of damage. Oh, wow, they actually whiffed there. That's not what I expected to happen at all. Quicksilver? Sus.
Opponent snapped.
How can she snap, honestly? They're snapping US Agent Mystique? I don't think I put everything in Tarnax. I actually probably... You know what I do? Instead of floating energy on Cyclops, because he's going to lose anyway by 1, I think we actually play A-Bomb here, and we play High Evo here and see what happens. We just give middle. Oh my god. I can't believe we just won that game. What an absolute travesty. I just finished saying I hate Tarnax. I literally hate it. I don't know what to say, man. Like, that is unbelievably bad. And we still won somehow. They clearly didn't top deck Spectrum or whatever. Even this, I mean, Hobgoblin 6 is weird, but what the hell was that game? They've snapped on us and they've spider-hammed our Cassandra Nova.
Minions.
And they got their Hella. Cool, I guess. Congrats on getting Hella. Scorpion turn 2. Easy Red Hull. Okay, Mockingbird, I'll take it. Gotta play these cards eventually. Gotta start debuffing stuff.
neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Wow, goes for the epic play. What a gamer play. Ends up net negative. They went for it though. I pulled this out of Shonger's range. Ooh, Black Cat got hit too. We never draw Ajax. Okay. Try this maybe. Oh, big yikes. Slight overcommittal on the left side there. Turns off Man-Thing. Loses by 1 to Gwenpool?
Victory.
Alright, I'll take that dub, I guess. Adeline. Adeline. I want to get rid of Dark Dimension. I want to get Dream Dimension, whatever. I want to get rid of Adeline. I want to get rid of everything. This sucks. Our card's not even really that good. We're kind of missing all our combo pieces. Let's get rid of this. We can probably play around Dream Dimension better than they can. Of course, they Nocturne us. They might be baited into getting rid of Dream Dimension, though. Well, let's see what happens. Do they give content creators any keys or gold? Yes, every month they provide us with 2,000 gold. We get 2,000 gold. That's it, though. We don't get anything else. I mean, it adds up. It's not nothing. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound unappreciative or anything, but... yeah, that's what we get. Beast this. Hazmat Debris, kind of interesting. Wongers. Damn, I was not expecting Wong gameplay. Especially when they already have 2 things on the board. Mojo World Wall, okay. You think they play into Wongers right now or what? I don't think I Hazmat yet. Maybe I do Hazmat. We got Nick Cage. I knew he was gonna go. He had to go for it right then and there, eh? We shave off all that bonus damage we took. +6 from Silver Surfer. Yeah, they throw down a big Sage. We're actually gonna gap that. Oh yeah. Perfect. Nice win. That's a good one.
Victory.
That's a good one. You love to see it.